What is up? My name's Brad and this is Operation N64. Now, for any of you that are new to the channel, in this series we're trying to build an N64 collection starting off with just £10 by using our charity shops, our car boots, our Facebook marketplace, looking for stuff for cheap that we can sell for a profit to build a game fund to buy N64 bangers. Now, after not making any sales last week, I'm happy to report that we've made some this week, which is just fantastic. Now, we've made 4 sales this week. Now, the first thing we sold I actually wasn't even going to pick up. I'm glad I did now. I picked up this pony in my pocket and I think it was Teddy in my pocket, like annuals from 1997. Put them together as a bundle. I paid £1 for the pair and I sold them for £29.99 plus postage, which is just great. The next thing we sold was that Atmosphere puzzle. I can't remember what it's called now, Baron something. We sold that for £9 plus postage. We also sold this Jelly Kitten PJ Puppy like comforter. I think that's what it's called. Bit of a mouthful. We sold that for £8 plus postage. And the last thing we sold was that Whack Attack like kids game. We sold that for £14.99 plus postage. So after fees and everything, that's a grand total of this to add to the game fund for a grand total of this. Yeah, not too shabby. Game fund's still not great though. And obviously we've got 2 games left on the list and they're very expensive games. So we need to build that fund up a little bit. So the only way we're going to build that fund up is by finding stuff to try and sell or trade. So let's get out there and see what we can find. Let's go. What is up, guys? Voiceover Brad is back, and this week we started off by hitting our local charity shops. It's actually the first thing we do all the time. Always check local. But yeah, when I didn't see any games or anything media, I head to the toy section, have a good look around there, check the plushies, see if there's any worth picking up. So that is what we did first thing this week. I then headed to some charity shops on my lunch break. I haven't done this for a while, but if I fancy it and I decide to pop off site for my break, I will pop in the charity shops. A whole bunch of games in here, but they were just a little bit overpriced for me. Definitely not worth picking up for what they were asking. So yeah, didn't pick any up in here, unfortunately. But still kind of cool to see some games on the shelf other than your usual ones. I pulled out the more interesting ones just to check them out to make sure I wasn't missing anything. But yeah, they were all pretty adequately priced. Sorry, couldn't get my words out there. Cool little plushie here from Jurassic World, but I actually have this very plushie for sale on eBay at the moment. And then this charity shop, I always find overpriced. I don't know where to get the prices from, but I've been in here and seen some mad prices. Sometimes I'm reluctant to go in, but because there's only a couple, I feel I'm obliged to come all this way just to go to 2. I might as well go to the 3rd one. So yeah, unfortunately, yeah, the price of the games is up a bit mad in here, but there wasn't really anything exciting anyway. And then we were back to the local again, and there was a bunch of games in here. And again, this place is a bit hit and miss. It depends who's working, depending on the prices they charge. But on this occasion, it was £5 for £1, which is just wild. I don't have any signal in this area, so I couldn't look anything up, unfortunately. So I just pulled all the games I thought were interesting together and bought a little bundle. I mean, £5 for £1, you can't argue with that price. guys, yesterday we went to the car booths. Haven't been to the car booths for ages. I really wanted to get back out there, and we went to 2 car booths, and it was pretty bad, I have to be honest. There was hardly anything there. I picked up 1 or 2 bits and pieces, but I just wasn't seeing anything. I saw 1 little stack of games, overpriced video games, but even looking outside, media and games and stuff, I just couldn't see anything. Nothing was jumping out to me, nothing was you know, really appealing to me. So yeah, a bit of a shame. Like I said, we went to 2 different car booths, one that I'd never been to before, and it was a bit of a drive, and it was definitely not worth the drive. A real shame. I think there was some other stuff going on in town, like I think we had the Swansea half marathon, I think, and I was speaking to Matt, and he said that might be why it was quite quiet and there weren't many sellers and whatnot. But anyway, having said all of that, we are going back out this morning to try and rescue the week. We've had a super busy week as it is. The games room, well, just keep your eyes peeled. There's a video coming soon about the games room. But yeah, it's just been super busy, so we haven't been out very much. So we're popping out this morning, see if we can find anything else. So let's keep going. So yeah, guys, like I said, pretty poor weekend at the car booths. Haven't been for a while, and yeah, it wasn't the best. So we're headed to a couple of locals again around the area, just to see if we can pick anything else up, just to bolster our week's pickup so far. There were a bunch of Wii games in here that weren't here the other day. A bunch of Sims ones, a couple Lego games. But again, I told you earlier on, this charity shop is hit and miss. And the person who was working this day was charging, I think, £1.50, £2 a game, something like that. To go from 5 for £1 to nearly £2 each. It's just, yeah, it's all over the shop. But none of these games were worth picking up for that much. And then this one, again, a whole bunch of games on the shelf, but just a load of stuff that's been there for ages. Nothing new, which was a shame. But when you see this as you walk through the door, you always think, oh my God, there's a bunch of games there. It's got to be something decent, but unfortunately there wasn't. Another charity shop here, they put all their games and their box sets and stuff in this cage right here. No real exciting games, but I pulled out all the Wii ones to check inside the cases. It's something I've been doing for years now. I always check inside the Wii Fit boxes and all the Wii cases, because a whole bunch of times I found other games in there. Wii Sports I found in there, found the Mario Galaxies and stuff like that. So yeah, always check your Wii Fit boxes or your Wii cases, because you never know what's hidden inside. Could be a hidden gem. And then our last stop, another local charity shop, and there was a whole bunch of these Blu-rays just in a bag outside. Must have been recently dropped off. So I had a good look through here, pulled out all the interesting ones, scanned pretty much every single Blu-ray in here, and there were a couple worth picking up for a decent little bit of trade. Again, there's no prices on them, so I wasn't sure on the price. So I took a little stack in and asked her how much she wanted, and she said 5 for £1. Theme of the week here, £1. Yeah, so 5 for £1 on these Blu-rays, pretty fantastic. And I found a decent amount worth picking up for trade. So yeah, not too bad at all. And we are back in the game space, and it's not been the best week. I have to be honest, the past few weeks have been a bit of a struggle trying to juggle everything. Obviously trying to keep Operation N64 going, obviously trying to build the games room out, and of course I've got a family and kids, I've got a full-time job, so it's been a bit of a struggle recently, but I've tried to make sure that the content keeps on coming. I tried to make sure you guys are still enjoying this series, and obviously I'm still trying to build this collection. We're only 2 games away, we're so close. But having said all that, the games room build is pretty much there. There'll be a video going out Friday, so keep your eyes out for that, but the games room build I think is pretty much there. I'm really excited because the next step is the best bit. That's getting in there, putting all the cool stuff out, and starting to use it, starting to game again. It's been ages since I've had a good session, you know, playing some games. I wonder if I remember how to do it. But honestly, in all honesty, I really appreciate you guys sticking with me. And obviously, once we start knocking some things off the list in real life, things will get easier. The content will be coming more smoothly, and yeah. So I hope you guys are still enjoying. I hope it hasn't shown. But yeah, honestly, that's what's been happening. I've had a lot juggle, so that's why this week hasn't been the best. But anyway, having said all that, we still picked up some bits and pieces. So I'm still finding stuff, and we did buy a couple of things for the collection, which we'll get into shortly. So this week, the theme was £1. Everything for £1. So when I was buying stuff, how much is this? £1? How much is this? 5 for £1. Yeah, £1 was the theme of the week, and I'm kind of happy it was because we didn't spend a great deal of the game fund, especially when we're trying to build it up to buy one of these big boys. So yeah, we still found a few bits and pieces. We spent a total of £8 from the game fund, so we can deduct that now. So like I said, rule of £1 this week. So the first thing we found, I'm not really sure what to do with yet, but we found a couple of these plushies, £1 each. We found this little tiny Charmander plushie and Bulbasaur. It's a shame a Squirtle wasn't there. We didn't have the 3-starter Pokemon. That would be cool. Could have sold it as a little bundle then. But as always, this Pokemon, so I'll reach out to my brother first to see if he wants them. But if not, maybe we might better sell them on. Haven't really looked them up. But yeah, couldn't leave them behind for £1 a piece. The next thing we picked up is this stack of games. Now she said 5 for £1. Picked up 7 games and just give her £2. There's nothing real crazy here in terms of value. But I couldn't look any of it up. I was in one of them situations where there was no signal, couldn't search them, so I just sort of picked up all the interesting games. Worst case scenario, I can make a little bundle, stick them on Facebook, get a couple of quid for them. But the first one is this Rainbow Six Siege, the gold edition. The next one is Destiny 2. We've got Overwatch. And then we've got some of these Xbox 360 games. Now the first one is this Dead Island Riptide. Now I actually really enjoyed the first 2 Dead Island games. Haven't played the third one. Maybe I will one day. I don't know what it is. I like the aspect of like building your own weapons. The fact that the weapons sort of had like a lifespan. Once you'd used them too much, they broke and that was it. They were gone. Or you had to repair them. So yeah, I really enjoyed Dead Island. I might have to get on the third one day. But yeah, great little game. Not got much value. No value at all really, but a really fun game. If you guys haven't played it, I highly recommend. The next one is this BioShock. Another game I've never played. I like the idea of it, like the underwater utopia sort of thing. It's a first-person shooter, which isn't really my sort of thing, but still, I do play them from now and again, and if the story's there and I like the concept, I definitely will jump on them. It's not like I don't play them at all, but yeah, very cool. The next one is this Avatar, the game. No real value in this. Obviously, they brought out a new one. Never played either. Looked kind of cool. Did enjoy the first film. Yet to watch the second film. Anyway, Avatar, the game. And then Mass Effect 3. So like I said, no real value in these games, but for like, what, 25, 30p a game, you can't leave them behind. If you were collecting, these would be perfect to go in your collection. Unfortunately, I don't collect Xbox. I do have an Xbox One, and maybe I will keep the Xbox One games just in a little collection that I do have, but we will see. I then headed to the car boot. Haven't been to the car boot in bloody ages. And I picked the worst weekend for it. There's a ton of stuff going on in Swansea, so it put a lot of people off going this weekend, and it showed. So I rocked up, I looked around, and I wasn't seeing much at all. I picked up a couple of bits and pieces, and then I went to another car boot about half-hour away, and it definitely wasn't worth it. There was like 5 cars there. It was pretty bad. But anyway, I'll show you what I did pick up. I picked up a bunch of Xbox controllers. So the first one I picked up is this PowerA controller. Yeah, I paid £1 for it. I took a punt on it. I don't know if it works or whatever, but for £1, I can clean this thing up. I think it trades in for a little bit of money, so not too bad. The next one is this Xbox 360 wired controller. Again, I paid £1 for it, and it's definitely trading on it. I think there's somewhere between like £12 and £14 trading for this, so not too bad. And it's in not too bad condition, needs a little bit of a wipe down. And then the last one is another Xbox 360 controller. This is the wireless one with the battery compartment. A lot of times you find this bit missing, which you can replace. But yeah, again, none of these are tested, and I still haven't tested them yet because I just wanted to show you guys straight away. But yeah, for £1 a piece, I don't think there's really much of a risk there. It's only £1, and there's a decent bit of trading on these controllers. So yeah. And then the last pickup of the week, like I said to you in the video, we didn't have much joy at the car booth, and I wanted to sort of go out and try my luck again in a few charity shops, and it didn't look like we were having much luck either. It's like one of them things, isn't it? When it rains, it pours. When you're not having any luck, you're not having any luck. But I did pop to one of my locals, and again, it was 5 for £1, which is just wild. And as I walked in, right by the door, must have just been donated, was like a huge bag of Blu-ray. So I had a little look in there, and I pulled out 5 Blu-ray right here, and I paid £1 for the lot. You can see there, which is crazy. So the first one is this Insidious, The Last Key. Now there's like £6 trading on this, so not too bad. I think I've seen the first Insidious film. Not allowed to watch horrors in my house. My missus is too much of a wimp. If we put a horror on in my house, and she's not going to the toilet on her own all night. So I just avoid them. But yeah, I watched the first one. I do enjoy my horrors. Tell me if the Insidious series is any good. The next one is this, the complete first season of The Last Ship. I actually watched a fair few seasons of this. I just got pulled in. It's not really my cup of tea normally, but started watching it. It was all right. I never finished it, but yeah, The Last Ship, complete first season, trades in for £2. The Last Ship's second season, this trades in for £2 as well. We've got this As Above, So Below, The Only Way Is Down. The only way out is down, sorry. Some mad horror. No idea. Let me know if you guys have seen it. It looks kind of scary on the back. Look at that face. Yo. But anyway, this has £2 trade-in as well. And then the last one is The Doors 20th Anniversary Special Edition. This again trades in for £2. So £1 spend on them Blu-rays, and there's like £14 trade-in. So not too bad at all. So yeah, that's everything we picked up to try and sell or trade this week. Like I said, not the best week, but still, we're still finding stuff, which is what it is, keeping us ticking over. And now we need to start making some sales. I've got a huge trading stack to go to CX, plus the stuff I picked up here, we can add to it. And I'm in desperate need for the cash. Something's come up. I've been offered one of the last 2 games on my list, but I need the cash for it. And as you guys can see, the Game Fund cash is pretty low. And this game is very expensive. So we need to get that cash up. So I'm thinking trade all this stuff to CX, buy something in CX, and then sell that on eBay for the cash. That's what I'm thinking. So we'll get to doing that next week. But anyway, I've got a couple of bits and pieces for the collection. So let's get into them. So I picked up a couple of toys from the car boot. Like I said in previous videos, I'm not actively searching for toys, but I will rescue them if they're cheap enough. From car boots, charity shops or whatever. And the first thing I found is this Blue Ranger. This is I think this is 9-inch Blue Ranger. Very cool. What year is he? This is 94. Yeah, Bandai 94. I wish I'd seen the black one and the green one in the past and didn't pick them up. Kind of wish I did now. Could have had a full set probably, but yeah, couldn't leave him behind. And then also this like dinosaurs. Like, I don't know, like a bath toy. It's like a squishy thing, I don't know. But I saw dinosaurs, thought it was cool. Think it would look cool on the shelf. Love this show. Started watching it again. I was watching Pixel Plus. I was listening to Pixel Plus podcast. And they were talking about like sitcoms. And dinosaurs came up. And they were talking about the last episode and how like harrowing it is. Because in the last episode, apparently, they're like sitting in front of the news cameras. And they're basically telling them there's like a meteor coming towards Earth and everyone's about to die. Basically how the dinosaurs became extinct and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, man, I want to get back and watch it. It's a great show. Not the mama. A great show anyway. Tangent, but yeah, picked him up. And then a couple of eBay pickups. So the first one I've opened already. And if you're an OG subscriber of the channel and you've seen my old videos, I love me some Goosebumps. I think I'm a few books away from a full Goosebumps set. I've got some games, I've got VHS and stuff as well. And I saw this on eBay, very nice condition, couldn't leave it behind. And it is this Goosebumps Tiger handheld. This thing is from 1996. Now, I'm not sure who else would buy stuff like this, But I love me some Goosebumps. Going to look great in my Goosebumps sort of display shrine in the games room. So yeah, pick this bad boy up. Yeah, Tiger handheld. I don't know how these sort of things kept us busy. Like, I mean, you would have played this for like 2 minutes and been like bored. But this is what we had, stuff like this. So yeah, very cool. Let me know what you guys think. Do you like this sort of thing? And then this pickup here. Now, I want to know if I'm the only one. I love stuff like this. So I picked up that poster a few episodes ago. That huge, like, promotional poster for the N64. The most powerful console on Earth. I love that poster. It's going to look fantastic on the wall. Well, anyway, I came across this then on eBay. And I just had to pick it up. Now, I'm not sure who else would like stuff like this, but I absolutely love it. And it is this Nintendo 64 VHS. It's just like a promo VHS. I imagine this sort of thing would have been like stuck on in store, just on loop. But yeah, it is like the shortest VHS ever. Look, there's like hardly any time on it. I think it's like an 8-minute video. I will stick a link in the description below of this. I know there's someone who's uploaded the contents of this VHS onto eBay. So I will stick a link in the description for that if you want to check out what's on this. But it basically just shows you some of the games. Got Super Mario 64, Mario Kart 64, Lilac Wars, Top Gear, Diddy Kong Racing, Wave Race, International Superstar Soccer, Extreme G and GoldenEye, plus many, many more. So yeah, it's like an 8-minute video, I believe. But I absolutely love it. I love the artwork. I love the, like, yeah, man. This, along with that huge poster in the games room, in my N64 shrine, I think it's sick. Let me know in the comments below if you like this sort of thing. I absolutely love it. I'm so glad I bought it. I know they do individual ones for like Zelda. I think Diddy Kong has its own one. Mario 64 maybe has its own like VHS, promo VHS. And I know in the States, I've seen Retro Rick pick up one and they're worth an absolute fortune. Not sure they have the same sort of value across the pond over here. But yeah. Anyway, absolutely love this sort of thing. Let me know if you do too. Please make sure I'm not the only one. But anyway, guys, that is everything this week. Like I said, it wasn't great, but it still wasn't bad. So yeah, pretty happy with the stuff I picked up. Like I said, next week, we need to take that big trade in. We need to build up that cash because one of them games is available to me, but I need the cash to buy it. So yeah, we need to work a bit harder. And keep your eyes peeled because Friday is Games Room Update. And it's a big one. I'll see you guys in a bit. If you're enjoying this series, as always, smash that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel. And as always, be rad, stay rad. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.